Hey guys, Zeki here, and welcome back to another episode of Engineer's Life. Hi, we're back, right where we left off. I've done nothing except move a couple blocks over. So yeah, we're back into this, and I do think I know what we're gonna do, and you guys can see because I already opened it. But I went back and I looked at the tools and armor, because I'm like, well, maybe we can work on armor for a little bit. But it's obvious that this place wants us to go to the Nether. And I don't think the tan leather that we have is going to hold up that much. Like, I don't know if we could do much farther in the Tinker stuff, because I actually never made Tinker's armor. I don't know. But I saw that it opened up advanced tinkering, which will lead into making, like, iron, like, much faster than the millstone could. So this might actually be a good thing for us to work on, especially since I've been thinking about, like, the smeltery for a while, so I got a lot of clay. And, like, I don't know why, hang on, where's my map? I don't know why, but this is all just, like, pockets of, like, you see that little bit of square right here? That I mined out some clay and immediately broke my shovel. But this is all, like, all the little slightly darker gray spots is clay, and this little area is absolutely packed with it. So, I don't think we have a problem with clay. And we've got gravel. Our only problem is getting sand, but it's not like it's not available. It's just we haven't been mining it. I mean, look at all of this. Look how much sand is available for us to take over. So, that shouldn't be a problem. But it does first want us to do the porcelain stuff, which is fine. I've never done it myself, I don't think, anyway. So, porcelain can be made in a cauldron with a heat source underneath. Just put unfired porcelain and wait a bit. But there is a warning. It's a warning. In this smelter, you cannot melt other items rather than copper nuggets and ingots, tin nuggets and ingots, and lead nuggets and ingots. You will get 0 returns and lose your ore item if you smelt other items, ores, and ingots. You need to advance further to learn more advanced ways to process metals. Well, that's nice to know. Because I was thinking of iron, like, immediately, because, you know, that's the most used, usually. But this... What's loam? Clay compost? Which is wheat and dirt. Alright, well we've got a bit ahead of us, so let's actually figure out how much porcelain we need. Because I have bones, and I have bone meal, and I know we have plenty of clay, but I think it's like 1 unfired porcelain per, yeah. So unless we wanted to do nether quartz, but we haven't been to the nether, so that ain't gonna work. So every bone meal needs a clay, which makes 1 unfired porcelain. So the porcelain melter takes 6. Heater takes 6. This should take only 3. Yeah. And then this will take 7. So 6, 6, 3, 7 is 22. 6 plus 6 is 12, 3 and 7 is 10, so 22. Yeah, so we just need 22. Oh, I forgot we don't... Okay. How did I say I made this? Okay, hang on. We gotta mill a little bit more. I always forget. Because this takes so long. I was really hoping you could do more than 1, because, like, that would have been so much faster. But no, it goes overwhelmed. I mean, what we could do is technically, like, put just multiple of these, like, a crank here and a crank here, and then have the millstones facing opposite directions, so I can just, like, bam, and then bam, back and forth. That could work. I gotta make another hand crank, though. Yeah, it's 17, we just need, what did I say, 22? We just need to do this one more time. So how y'all doing? I know this quarantine and self-isolating, that might not be the word, but all of that is really tough. Oh yeah, I left all my bones in there. We're trying to get through it. Playing games helps a ton. But I don't usually leave my house anyway, so I'm not being affected as much. It does still not great. It's like, once you have that freedom taken away of, like, oh, try not to leave your house, it's just like, but now I want to. Because you told me not to. Sort of thing. Okay, so the one that was different was the faucet. The faucet wants just to be made like this. Okay, we can do that. And let's melt that, and then everything else just has to go in the thingamajigger. Smelt. Is it working? Here. Yeah, it's working. It's fine. I don't know if it'll do it all at once. It might be a one at a time sort of thing. So this might take a tad. So we'll leave that be for a second. So I guess we'll work on the armory for a little bit. Armor station, okay. But yeah, I know this is all a little different, that sort of thing. My college decided we're going to do online classes now, which is not fun. Like, I understand it's like, oh, you have online classes. Well, I don't know if I should even phrase... What am I doing? That's not how you make... I'm losing my mind. Now, I've never really taken online classes. I've taken a psychology class that was labeled half online. So we only went to class once a week instead of 2 or 3 times a week as most classes do, which was fine. But I can't say that experience was anything really like to justify how all online classes are. Because all it really was is just like, oh, you have a test, or you have since it was psychology, it was a lot of discussions and that sort of thing. But it wasn't like anything overwhelming. But I don't want to say that online classes are easier. I'm actually like kind of worried about it. Simply because I haven't really taken online classes like that before. So I'm just like, how am I going to keep track of my time? I don't know about you guys, but if there is a computer or a phone next to me, I get distracted easily. It's always like, oh, I'll just watch like one YouTube video, or I was like, oh, I just want to scroll through Twitter real quick, and then it's all of a sudden it's just like 3 hours go by, and you're just like, I don't know where I was on anything. Ooh, stone. How do we... Can we just make helmets and stuff? Chestplate core. Oh, okay. Well, that'll work. Let's throw that in there. See, now I even got distracted. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, it's just like I'm a little worried, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. I'm not sure how many of you are still in school, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. So it's just like, is this what it wants? Oh, it wants the actual... I don't know how to make a helmet. And it doesn't want to tell me how. That's a helmet core. We'll figure it out. I'll just make one of these anyway, because I don't know what else to do. But don't do that. Maybe it's the... 1, 2. 2. Maybe it's what I think it is. What are you? Armor plates. So is this how... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. Hang on. Well... Oh, armor forge. Where the heck? Okay. Helmet. That explains it. Okay. We're learning. This is an armor trim. Okay. I'm just assuming everything has to be stone. We're just going to assume that right now. So it's like that. Stone helmet. Woo! So that should have done one. Yeah! Okay, we're figuring this out. I'm assuming each one will need that. Yeah. So we just need 3 more of each. But yeah, it's just a little scary with everything going on with the classes and stuff, especially since, like, so again, I don't know how many of you guys are in college or anything like that, but my college gives a website to the professors and say, hey, this is going to be the quote-unquote online portion if you want to use it, which is highly recommended, of course. So that way, like, you could post grades for the students, or lectures, or you can even do quizzes? My history teacher calls them quests. Quizzes and tests on there if you wanted to, and just it's an easier place to upload, like essays, so you don't have to physically turn them in, that sort of thing. And any of my professors can use it. Traveler's knapsack. Ooh. So chestplate accessory. Large only applied on the armor forge. Ew, I don't have the armor forge. Well, we're gonna start wearing this. Oh god, that's heavy. We're gonna be wearing it, but it's heavy. Okay, and we'll just put that in there. Where's my brain? I've lost my brain. Let's sleep. But yeah, so they offer the website, but the thing is since it's not required to use, out of the 4 professors I have, 2 of them never used it. One being my history professor, and one being my biology professor. Oh, we're getting close on this. Which was fine. There was another online portion which is just through the school's website. So it's just for files. It's not like any place to upload grades or anything like that, which is, again, fine. It was actually quite easy to use. You just had to keep track of your own grade, which is always great. But now they're having to use the main website. And it's just a little weird because, like, my history professor, he's not the only history professor that doesn't use it. He said most of them don't, which is true, because I've had the history professor I've had before this one, he also didn't use it. It was just easier to use the not at all, or just the thing that they were using in the first place. Table. So it was just like it's a little scary. Like I've gotten emails from all of them, and they have all like started uploading on the website and that sort of thing to like technically this is my spring break right now, so I don't have to do any of the work, but they're already trying to stockpile it. Like my my history professor's already put both of his lectures up that he has for the year now. Of course, it's not recorded lecture, it's typed, and each of them are like 20-25 pages long. I didn't actually count, but it's really long each, and I gotta read them and I gotta memorize them. And then his tests will be like essays. Like each test, we're only gonna have 2, which is like a test and a final. But each of them are gonna have only 2 questions, but they're essay questions, and you have 2 weeks to do them, which sounds great until you learn that he wants at least 4 pages double spaced for each question. And then it's just like, oh, this really is an essay, isn't it? Yeah, but it's fine. I'd rather have that than whatever tests he had before, because those were hard. Because with this style is like you can use your notes. Like he openly said, like you can use notes outside sources and stuff like that. So it's great. But then it's just like both of my biology and my anatomy professor has recorded themselves doing lecture. I haven't heard from my English professor since the day we left. Oh my god. My English professor's a little quirky, so I'm not like overly upset that he hasn't sent anything out, because like most of the stuff we did in his class, it's an English class, so most of it you do it online anyway, because that's where you type. Nobody writes essays anymore, you type them. But it's just kind of funny that he's just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do anything. He seemed really upset that the school actually closed. But yeah, we're getting through it. Even though this is technically my spring break, we did have two weeks off. Like they told us not to show up at school the week before spring break anyway. So I technically already had a week off. So I'm personally thinking of trying to get a head start on my stuff, because like my anatomy, he's putting up 1 lecture so far, I think, but it's an hour long. Which is pretty normal, because his class was an hour 15, so an hour lecture is nothing, especially if he's going over stuff. But it's like part 1 of 3 for what we're doing. But it's anatomy; it's supposed to be hard. Did I hear a blaze? Or was that my brain? Let me ignore that. I shouldn't have heard a blaze. I'm not in the nether. But yeah, I was wondering if you guys had any of that sort of, like, anxiety with all that either, like, if you're professors. Now, thankfully, I don't have any, like... I've read quite a few things on, like, Twitter, which I know isn't always the best place to get your stories, but a lot of, like, professors, like, just wanting to do, or having to do, like, face cam lectures where it's still live, so you still have to be, like, at your computer a certain time every day. And, like, them just not knowing how anything worked, and, like, being muted for 20 minutes, or not showing the slides, just random stuff like that, so I'm just, like, I am very thankful that we don't have to do that, so it's really based on our own time. Like my anatomy professor, because he's really letting us just do it on our own time, because originally he would just, our homeworks would be posted, like a week before they were due, and he would only post them one at a time. Well, was it a week or 2 weeks? I think it's a week. And then he wouldn't upload the next one, or open the next one until the last one was already due. So, but now, since he's like, this is all online, and it's confusing, and, like, not everyone will have time, like, even though we're at home, because of the classes, and it's stressful, he's just, like, he's releasing all the homework at once. So, the due dates will still be the same, but, like, if I decided, oh, I have a couple hours, let's just knock out 3 homeworks or whatever, of course, if I know the material at that point, but let's knock out some 3 homeworks, I can get it done instead of worrying, like, to do it every last minute, or, like, oh my god, I need to get on my computer now, or I forgot, and it's like, oh, you only have, like, 20 minutes to do this thing that usually takes, you know, an hour and a half, and you're just like, no. I ate all my food. We'll eat survivorless, smoked pork, and wolf meat. I'm not crazy. Oh, this porcelain's taking so long. I didn't realize it'd take this long. Oh, we should have made 2 cauldrons. I'm glad the fire still is burning, though. I was afraid that would go out. Alright, we got 7. What was the other thing that we needed? It was some loam, which means we need compost, so... Hang on. We're just gonna do this. Loam. Okay. So we need 2 compost for 4. Let's see, how much loam did we need? We need 3 there. That was it. So we just need 3, so we just need to make this once. So 2 compost, which is 4 wheat and dirt. 4 and 8 dirt. Okay. But yeah, this is all a little scary for everybody, I know. I just hope you all are okay out there. Wash your hands, stay safe, stay inside if you can. If you have a vital job, please just do your best to stay safe. But thank you for still working and all that, because it does mean a lot to everyone. So yeah. Princess Enchanted. Oh, this is taking much longer than I thought. So, well, while we wait for that, I'm gonna steal this furnace, because we're not really using all 3. We were a second ago, but eh. Okay. So while we wait for that, I am planning out something for this, building. And I wanted to ask you guys a question, because I don't know what you guys consider cheating. So I just wanted to know that, like, this was okay, because it does make the process faster for me and easier to plan, because I don't know all of the blocks, and building a survival's hard. I've done it a lot, but it's hard. Especially since, like, I don't know why, but with the new vanilla, like, they've made those scaffolding, which makes it, like, 1,000 times easier to build, and I just haven't played vanilla since that's been out, and I feel bad for it, because I'm like, oh, I want to use that so bad, but I just haven't. But my question for you guys is, I actually, since I have the seed, and I'll show you guys this again, and it should be in the, comments? No, in the description, if you guys wanted to play along and that sort of thing, and you can see my, well, you can't see my arrow, but up there near the map is my coordinates if you wanted the exact place that I'm at. But I went ahead and made another world with the exact same seed and I'm playing in creative, but I don't want to do it in this world. But all I'm doing is just trying to figure out how I want everything to work. Because with how long everything takes in this, I didn't know if I wanted to try and like do one thing and then go, I don't like that, and then just have like a bunch of wasted materials. And I've never really played with immersive engineering before. So I'm trying to figure out like how does the mechanics work and that sort of thing. I've learned I just don't like how water falls sometimes. But I wanted to tell you guys that because I wanted to know if that was fine. Like, would you prefer just to see? Would you prefer me to do it like on here just as is, even though it's harder? But I'm not complaining that it's harder. It's just like a matter of like, do you want it as is or do you want it just a teeny bit easier? Or would you rather me guys just like, I don't even know how I have said it the first time. Are you guys fine with it or not? Sort of thing. Because I don't want to ever be in creative on this server if I don't have to. Like if I don't want to. But if you guys would prefer me just to actually like do it, because like there is a slight difference in my building style between when I'm playing creative versus when I'm doing it legitly. Which is because during doing it in survival is way harder. So my patience gets a little bit thinner, but I'd be willing to do it for this world. I do have, I don't know, we're at the end of this episode and I just want to keep talking. I'll save it for the next one. Let's see if our porcelain's done. Yeah, porcelain's done. Okay, actually, let's really quickly just finish this quest because that's what we've been trying to do. So it's like this. Porcelain here. Okay. Yay, we got it. And we got a copper chest. Woo! Woo! I can't put it down. Woo! There we go. Yay! Okay, so we're at the end of the episode. I'll try to remember what I was talking about for the next one. I just spit everywhere. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This one was more of a talkative one than I do talk, but I meant like actual conversation instead of talking about exactly what I'm doing every time. And I actually did enjoy it a little bit. Let me know if you guys like just discussions. Like I know you guys like to see what I'm doing as well, but if you like discussions, I'll try to think of more stuff to talk about. And you guys can ask me questions and that sort of thing. I could do a Q&A one day. I don't know yet. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, please let me know in the comments below. By next episode, I will try to have another hut built, but for immersive engineering and like millstone and that sort of thing, just so we're not outside, because like obviously we got a cauldron. So cauldron, millstone makes me kind of think of witch stuff. Maybe I'll build more of a I don't know what. It's either witchy or it's baker. So I'll figure out one, and it's probably gonna be baker. But hi cow. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.